Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
It's audible, yeah. So we got the green signal here. Hi, good evening, guys. Welcome one and all to another interesting and inquisitive episode of an interview hosted by Laxman Rao and presented by Poetic Prasanna. Today we have our guest Sabita Sahu from Odisha, Parampu. So it's an honor and a privilege to have you on our show, ma'am, as a poet and as a person. So let's explore you.
Thank you, Laxman sir. Thank you very much. It's an honor for me and a proud privilege to be a part of this one. So I must convey my thanks to you.
No, nothing as such, ma'am. I'm deeply humbled. Well then, ma'am. Like before we go ahead, like we'll just have a short bio of Sabita, ma'am. So after the bio, like we'll straight away ahead to the interview. So the bio, it goes like this. Here it goes. Sabita Sahu, a literary luminary hailing from Parampu, Odisha. She is an enchanting poet with a penchant for both Odia and English prose. In the sense, like she is a bilingual poet, she is a postgraduate in English literature, and her journey encompasses teaching at DAV's public school and St. Xavier's High School, Raigad, with 3 volumes of English poetry and 1 Odia publication to her credit. Her soul-stirring words touch arts worldwide. Her blog, Savi Muse, blogspot.com, has been a creative event since 2017, while our contribution to national and international poetry journals showcase our profound literary powers. So here we welcome Sabita Sahu to our show, the interview. The stage is all set for you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Cool, ma'am. So how did poetry happen to you, ma'am?
Pardon, sir?
How did poetry happen to you?
Poetry, I never thought that one day I'll be a poetry-driven soul.
Yeah.
I used to write and keep it, hide it in my diary when I was in school, and college also I used to write.
Yeah.
So I never thought that once it should be published or they are poems. It's just 4 lines, 2 lines, 4 lines like that. I used to write in Hindi, then in English. I never showed until in 2016. I met my professor, and then he just asked me a simple question: "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." So he said, "Nothing doesn't mean that nothing. You should do something." I said, "Yes, I was working as a teacher, but right now I have just due to some other engagements, I have left the job." And so he asked me, "You used to write. Why don't you start writing?" I said, "Sir, how can I write? I don't know how to write." That was my answer. I don't know how to write. So he said, "You know how to write ABC?" I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "Just sit and think because you have that quality in you, so you can write."
Cool.
But still,
We,
then I
we'll
thought,
go. We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead in exploring you in deep. Okay. So what's poetry from your point of view, ma'am, and what makes you write poetry?
according to me, poetry is the finest use of language that creates an elevated mood,
Okay.
and it brings the soft nuances of human feelings and places man as the ultimate measure of things.
Mm.
And
Oh, well said. Well
poetry,
said.
poetry gives a divine joy to the reader. If you ask me, I'll say that. And great poetry enlarges the reality of life and makes the poet a larger being.
Yeah.
And I just write to carve out my own reality of life and to discover my intimate soul, and also
That's
to
nice.
use my moments in an intense encounter with the God, the Almighty.
Well, ma'am, can I put it across like this, like in the sense that poetry as a driving force, it has some compelling force that makes you sit and write?
Not at all, sir. It
No?
is the labor work. If you say when compels something compels you, so that
Hmm.
is the labor work, I will say. And it is the mood it takes you to write. It's
Right.
not the
So,
compulsion.
as you said, like there's a mood that makes you to write. That mood has certain certain compelling force, a poetic spirit that it has that compels you to write it.
Yeah, sometimes when you have pain,
Yeah,
more pain, so
yeah,
that makes
that
that's
drives
also
you. That drives you to write.
that drives you to write because I think you need to express some or other way. So if
That's the
that is
poetic spirit.
if you can express, if you have dance, so you can by doing
Yeah,
dancing. So that is what I say that
true.
there has to be some motive, either pain or
Hmm.
joy or
Joy or laughter.
something which beyond your holding
Right.
capacity of the thing.
So anything which is mediocre doesn't fascinate you. So until unless you don't tap into your urge of that feeling, you will not enter into that creative zone. So that is all even I meant to say. Well, go ahead with the next question. Like, what does your fourth pitch personify, as in your title of the book? Although it denotes a musical scale of thoughts, so what exactly it means from your point of
Yeah, for me, fourth pitch, that is actually it is a musical metaphor.
metaphor? Yeah.
And to me, fourth pitch is not the ultimate realization of life, nor it is the disgust which comes innate beauty
Okay.
or from encounter with the baser things of life. Rather, it is a pause reaching to the final pitch. It is a pause before reaching the final pitch.
Final pitch. Okay.
And I'm yet to
So in
penetrate
between
the
that gap, you are finding that
yeah, yeah,
gap.
yeah. I'm yet to penetrate the horizon to discover the beyond.
Hmm.
So, so I can say that this fourth pitch is the is finally mingles with the silence of my fifth in the symphony of my life.
Right.
And fourth pitch, why? Because fourth pitch is the fourth anthology of my poetry collection. So three
So
I had already. So this was the fourth anthology. So I
okay.
thought this would be something good
Like a
to
final touch.
yeah something good to give a beautiful name, a title of the book like that.
Yeah. It's very much poetic. Yeah. True.
It is something different from the extraordinary. It's something
From the ordinary.
from the other one, others.
About it. That's a nice way of putting it across poetically. I can say that. So, ma'am, like you have brought in several anecdotes of yours in your poetry. So, do you think like we as in poets, we need to show a personal side to the outer world?
Sir, very good question you have just asked. Is there any outer world beyond our personal perception of reality?
Okay.
Poetry, that unless it is a narrative or a epic poem,
Any incident with you?
it is always personal.
Yeah. But to
Modern poetry,
publicize,
pardon?
in a book form, to bring it out to the order, to the
Yeah.
readers or the audience, we need a certain gut feeling.
Why not? What's the harm in it? You think that your creation is ready to be read by the readers.
Readers, yeah.
You have something to say.
Yeah.
So why not? When you have something subtle to say, when you have a concrete things to, when you want to express something, okay, fine, you write it and keep it. So long I had been doing that, uh, but until 2016, it was concealed, it
Under
was
wraps.
covered. But now I know everybody calls me. Yes, this poem is nice, and I mean that literate minds when they appreciate your writing, Yeah, that gives a good,
immense
what you
joy.
call, the joy, best of all the gifts you can get.
Yeah. The
So that
pride
is
of
the,
being and the
yeah,
joy of being. Yes, ma'am. That's
and
nice.
very nice.
The reason why I had to ask you is like, for example, when an artist or a person, when he falls in love with a girl or a man, like most of the commoners, they hide for themselves. But we, as in poets and artists, we express or explore it, okay, and we bring it across onto the table, onto the books, wherein we'll be judged, we'll be known by this sort of a person or that, what we have done, what we have gone through. But whereas the other people, the entire other common crowd, they'll not be known at all. There are several things which are happening on a higher level, but still nobody will talk about it. But when even a simple thing that we express in a poetry, that will be talked about. So that is what I was trying to bring in. Nice that you gave a befitting reply
That
to that. Yeah,
that is what I'm telling. The personal anecdotes becomes an universal experience.
expressions.
Expressions or universal, yes, universal expression, and it becomes from personal to universal. It becomes
Yeah,
you get, yes.
got it. Yeah, cool. That's
Very
nice.
nice questions. You have very good, what I will say, good stuff in your pockets.
No, there's nothing as such. Like it's a uncanny knack to know the other person.
Because I'm really happy that you have gone through my fourth pitch and you have like meticulously seen the poems which you are asking me. I'm really thankful to you.
Cool, man. That's nice. I'm good for that. Now, most of the poets, again, it's the same question in a reverse form. Like most of the poets bring in the personal feelings and emotions to an external source of inspiration. So how do you vent it out this way?
See, modern poetry is, in particular, is mostly personal.
Hmm.
And the personal anecdotes becomes universal when the poet ceases to be an individual and
Yeah,
becomes an extra sensuous being.
true,
So
true. That's a fine way
it
of
is
saying. Yeah.
beyond the words to soundless essence. It is like that.
Cool. Well done, ma'am. Ma'am, as you said, like you are a bilingual poet who write in Odia as well as English. So, being a bilingual poet, do you find a voice, similar voice in your verses, emitting in another form?
So to be honest, there is a cultural difference in language. When you
Yeah,
write in your own mother tongue,
in any vernacular language. Yeah.
that will not come in the language which you write, the other language like
Mm,
English.
mm, mm,
I'm an Odia writer. If I write in Odia, there are certain words which have
mm,
only expression in Odia, and you
mm.
cannot have the other word for the substitute. So that will
Substitute.
be suitable fit for that language only. And
Yeah.
when you translate it into some other
English or any
language,
other language.
somewhere else, or I'll say somewhere it loses its essence,
Essence.
the weightage.
True.
Like I face that thing because there are
Yes.
certain words in Odia which you can write. For example, I'll give you like very small. Below huda means the edges of the field
Mm.
and the paddy field, or you have
Battlefield. Edges. Yeah.
demarcation mark between two
Markation.
fields. So
Demarcation.
at what you call that, you don't have the same expression in English. So
Yeah,
how
we
to,
don't. We
it
don't.
becomes very difficult.
Yeah,
So it
we don't
happens.
have word for that.
But the main idea, if you want to bring it out, the main idea, somewhere else, this
Yeah,
what
this all the way we need to
solves
bring down.
out. To some extent, it solves
Yeah.
out. But you know where the thing is lacking, because you know
Mm.
what is the weightage in your own mother tongue and what is
Yeah.
the weightage in the other language
Yeah.
which when you are writing. But
Man, that's
you,
yeah, that's almost constant in any other languages. For example, in English, we call uncle. Okay, either he might be a father's brother or his mother's brother. Everybody is an uncle.
yeah,
But whereas in our vernacular language, we have a particular name or word for that
Uh,
uncle.
yes.
He is different from sister's brother or father's brother, is it not?
Everyone is uncle, everyone is aunt, everyone is
Aunt in English.
the mosa, mosi, the chacha, chachi, everyone
Chachi,
is uncle, aunt.
aunt,
And
yeah.
it is like that.
So that way. Ma'am, in your poetry, like I found it very much. It's not shocking or this thing, but bringing physics into poetry. This is something new aspect which I read here. Like, How do you bring in this? E is equal to MC square, a physics equation into poetry. How did this fit in?
I thought you will be skipping, but you got me there. E equals mc square. So I have nothing to do with physics and poetry. So physics is separate and poetry is separate. In one sense, physics is your worldly reality.
Hmm.
It is your worldly reality, and Einstein he codifies reality, whereas the poet mystifies reality.
Reality. Oh,
So,
nice way of saying, putting it
uh,
across.
but physics and poetry are not the same, and
But there is
they are not
some.
the in poetry has no formula, sir. In poetry, you don't have
Any
formula,
formula.
and it is an emotion or emotional or your intellectual response uh, to feelings or sensations which cannot be what reduced to a formulae.
Yeah,
So,
true.
so physics, let physics stay in itself and English poetry be in itself. So
Yeah,
actually,
but you came up with a different formula
yes,
for E is equal to MC square with poetry.
that is, I have given also E equals what Einstein meant different and what I meant. Somebody asked me what is E. I'm not a physics science student, so I abracadabra. That is the what that is came out, and those are the lines abracadabra. So he asked me, you attend so many poet meets, you go to seminars, so you don't know this one. So I said, is it necessary that I should know
You should
everything
know
because I'm
everything.
learning? That is physics is not my. So
Yeah.
I said, if Einstein meant something, so for me, E means what? M means what? E means earth, M is man, and C is creativity. So it is earth which holds man for the creation, and we are just the bubbles, and we play till our
Yeah, right.
breathe. So that is what how
Okay,
it
so
came.
something we are trying to create out of
Yeah.
something, you know. So that's nice. Like
Thank you
taking
for
a
asking that question, sir. Thank you for asking. Because
no, that
seeing it
was a
like,
curious thing. That was a curious thing in
yeah,
your book. So I just thought
many
like, why don't I
many times people they skip that
part?
uh, part, so they never ask me that thing. So I'm really happy that you asked me that question.
Cool. So, Nai, what I mean to say is like only when you have something curious aspects, that is what interests us. That is what questions the other person. That should be the thing. If it's a general thing, like there's nothing as such. If it's a
Yes.
mediocre thing, if it's a general thing on a general note, there's nothing to speak about it. Only when you're unique, there's something a spark in it. Then there's a topic of discussion. There's a
And
debate.
not only the title, but the matter inside it should be unique.
Yeah, that's all.
Because your presentation, we always deal with those five elements, all the five elements, fire, air, earth, water,
Yeah.
all this. So it is your mind how it makes your pen how it makes a different from the rest.
Cool.
So that is
Well,
what I.
going ahead, ma'am, you might be a great fan of P.B. Shelley, like wherein he says like when winter comes, can spring be far behind? This is what you used in one of your poems. So how does it matter to you and your poetry in particular?
Sir, it is not only me. Thank you for asking such a nice question. PB Shelley is loved by all those who are ardent poet lovers, and I really like that is universally quoted Shelleyan expression
Yeah.
signifies robust optimism. So for me, nothing is constant as it is sure
Everything
that
has a change.
nothing is constant in life, and mutability is the other name of nature. And those who,
And change is the only constant thing.
yeah, yes. And those who stick in winter, those who stick in winter can never see spring.
Yeah.
And for me, spring is a metaphor of love, beauty,
Life
and
and
youth. And naturally, a good poet assures that his or her reader uh, that life is not winter, not all winter. There is still a hope for spring. So it
spring.
is that.
Yeah.
So
Ma'am, coming to this same in the same context, I had written a line like this. Right? It goes like this: if love happens, can poetry be far behind?
yes, yes,
If love happens, can poetry be far behind? So it's the same way of putting it across, but it gives a different appeal altogether.
yes, definitely.
Huh?
Very, very good. When if love is there, poetry definite automatically comes. But it doesn't
So,
happen with everybody, sir.
yeah, but when you are true to yourself, that happens.
Yes, that happens.
Yeah,
You scribble some or other thing. If you even if you don't say that it doesn't come, you do some other. Not only
yeah.
poetry. Love makes you a creative,
Artistic person.
yeah, a creative person. Whatever it may be. Maybe it
Any art
writing,
form.
singing, or so when you have an
What I
urge for,
feel is like it brings in the depth of you, depth of a person. Like a depth of a person is known through love, the failure of love, the aspects of love. Either it can be through a man.
something very personal, sir, here.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can I share something very
Sure,
personal?
sure, sure,
It
sure.
is very personal experience, and which is when you people say no, when you think of something, when you think pursue for something deeply, you get it. So it recently happened. My husband, he is an recently retired additional chief engineer from works department, and he was having like he purchased a harmonium 3 years back, and he had that quality. I never knew he wanted to learn harmonium, and he never said
Expressed
anybody,
that to me.
nor got any chance. And do you know he is going to the tuitions,
Now,
learn harmonium, and he has started. So I tell that if you love something
do it.
truly, so definitely that will come out.
Yes, ma'am. Going ahead, like, ma'am, it's been said like in your forward, it's been said that you are a strong disciple of T.S. Eliot as well. So say something about your inclination or in creative connectivity with Eliot.
That I'm, to be honest, I'm definitely an admirer of Eliot's poetry. And in my foreword, it is my professor, Professor E. Raja Rao, who wrote after reading my poem. So I'm thankful to him, and that he has taken my poem up to that level. But to be honest, it is my experiences are my expressions.
Yeah.
And Eliot has been an inspirational
Figure.
inspiration, but I'm not an model or an ideal. He is not my model or my ideal, but I admire him.
Admire.
And yes, I write when I moved away by pain,
Joy,
by
pain, love, angst.
yes, anything.
Any emotion for that matter.
I'm whenever I feel like it's not like that. I just want to sit and write and on. Yes, I have to write. And suppose, to be honest, if you ask me, if somebody says me, you write on such and such theme, so I think that it is labored work. I feel, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen. I do agree. See,
And
that's what like until unless there isn't any compelling force or poetic spirit that is compelling you or driving you, you can't even sit and write. So that's the key challenge for the writers, for the authors, or for the poets. Well, ma'am,
And
going ahead, uh, like in one of your poem, you said the first line says like, I have something to say. Say something as in what? What is that something special as in this poem? I'll read out few lines from this poem.
okay.
After that, you can say, okay. Okay, here, ma'am says like this. If anything is incomplete, that is absolute my own. There's no word for it. No language is yet invented. No language is yet invented. No regrets for all that. So that's a very beautiful way of saying that. So how did you come up with this line? No language is yet invented.
Thank you for going into the deep of the poem. And something I have to say, I have expressed everything in that poem, and
Yeah.
something is everything. I have everything to say. If you
Okay.
ask me, generally people say I don't have this, that, that. You have so many
So many.
things, and I say that I have. My emptiness is also full. How can I say that I don't have? I have something. And what is that something? My emptiness, which is full. My sorrows, which are full. My joy, which are full. And my everything. And my bank balance is full of zeros. That is also full.
Oh,
So how can I say I don't have? I fight with my friends. I gossip with them. And so that is also, I enjoy to the best, to my fullest. So
to the
I never
wholesomeness.
complain. So why should I say that I don't have anything? You have given me everything. You have, even if you have given me what I needed. What I wanted, you did not give. What I wanted, what I want, I have to earn that.
And
You have
own it.
given me all the things what I need. So why should I complain that you have not given me anything? You have given me four legs, two hands and two legs. You have given me a reasoning mind. You have given me a pure heart. So why can't I use all these things and embrace all the things that I have? So I have everything. God has given you a space in this universe. So you have to sustain and you have to create your own universe. So how? Why you will say that I don't have? So I have something to say. So I declare it.
That's a nice way of putting it across, ma'am. That's very well said. It's very well said. Ma'am, like another poem, like you come across with an interview with God, like see, in the sense like everybody, like whenever there's an issue with the tug of war of words, like they go up to God and they express their expressions, as you said, like either it might be through love or through hatred or through anger, like that comes out. So here you have a poem wherein you say like what do you want to have an interview with God? So what is this all about?
Would you not like to ask God? Don't you
Sure.
have that? Very well asked. So I always see God as my father. I don't
Okay.
know, but God is a woman or man. I don't know. In one of my poem, I have written that I don't know whether God is a woman. I have written, so I don't know whether God is a man or woman. But I have that what you call that power to ask
Eh,
Him, that right to ask Him
asking. Yeah.
whatever is going on. This was written when the Ukraine war was going on, when
Mm.
all these difficult situation during from COVID to all these things. So I was like, if I get a chance, I'll ask God like this. So, but now when you ask me, I'll say, I'll ask God, why did you create the world? Why did you create this universe? And
First thing.
why did you create the world? Are you a sadist?
Uh,
You laugh when we cry. So that
okay.
is the thing I'll ask him.
Okay.
Because we see so many things happening in our at one point we come and say, Bhagwan, kuch kijiye. Hey Bhagwan, how this happened? These things. So if I get a chance, this is the question only first. It
Oh.
comes to me that I'll ask this. So there
No,
are
no.
many.
Everybody has gone through these sort of situations. The reason
Yes,
why I had to pick this question is, yeah, you're saying something.
yes. I have so many questions. I'll ask him not for power or pulse. I'll first of all I'll ask him that make me a good human being. So this is the part before interviewing him. So I'll ask him first. Always bless me with good idea, good thoughts, and good feelings in my heart. So make me a good human being. And then next question: why did you create the world? So it's like this.
Cool, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to share one incident and one anecdote with what happened with me. Like, since you have brought in this interview with God, like everybody has gone through this sort of situations. Once there was an issue with my brothers, and I had a very much intense feeling within myself. And when I had Lord Ram in my house, like I came up with the question, like, why is that you want to bring such a troublesome issues within our brothers? The immediate answer I could find within myself, as if a voice speaking out, is like, have you gone through the problems what I have gone through? So my question was nothing. Like I just got emptied. Like I was in a shallow. I got the answers within my question, and within seconds I got an inner answer from myself or God speaking voice. We don't know. So that is where like I just came up with this interview in this interview session. Like as you said, like, most people they converse with the God, with a faith, with their religion, with their any form. So that's nice. Like it's nice to keep a healthy atmosphere with your God.
Because God will be always see. Uh, God is also doing a tiring job,
Yeah,
isn't
true.
it? Because
To keep everybody in harmony.
everybody is mannat asking, blessing everybody with prosperity, healthy, wealthy. They ask, so he keeps on. So sometimes in one of my poem, I've written, doesn't your hands pain, oh God? You keep on giving.
Listening to
Are you
others.
never in a holiday? So I declare today is a holiday for you. Just go with and have a nice time. So in
Cool.
one of my poem, I have written like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
God
nice.
also needs rest to again to come with the same spirit and to
Yeah,
make the world a real place.
yeah.
So
Ma'am, in your poem, you say like this love and life, love for life, despair, disgust of life too. So, what is the philosophy of life as per you through poetry or poetically?
see, I look at life as a beautiful rose,
Wow.
decked up in the morning dewdrops or pearly drops, and I look at life as as a perpetually pleasing moment. Life is highly livable, lovable, despite the thunderbolts. So whatever you have, okay, fine, they will come, and life is there is the beginning, and life is the beginning, and death is the end.
Okay.
But
In between
leave
life,
it.
survival.
Yes, you have to leave it. You have to feel. You have to love it. So you have to accept life as it comes. Not like that. You always have, definitely, if you have pain, you can have the happiness after the pain. You can have that thing. So until you go to one extent, you cannot come to the other. So it is a perpetual pleasing moment, whether joy, sorrow, because we have no other choice,
Yeah.
isn't it? Do you
So
have
when
we
it
are
comes to choice, I could I will catch you in this moment with choices. In this poem,
okay.
choices, you say that if you love someone, be it at first sight or long sight or many sights, take her to your soul. So you give your uh, experiences about your choices in love.
My thing is the choice is that God always gives you a choice.
Hmm.
Whether
Or else
God
you
or not,
create a choice for yourself.
God or I don't know. I'll say that, um, you are always with a choice. Suppose you love someone, you say that if you love, you embrace him or her completely. Not that love is not to accept. or reject. It is love is not to select or reject, but it is to accept.
Accept.
Accept. Accept.
Okay.
Accept him or her with total form what he, she is.
No, before acceptance, there should be expression. Someone
Yes.
should express it, right? If the other person is not even expressing, how will the other person accept it?
That is what I'm telling you. You have to like once you love straight away. You don't say that I so and so, and it's not like that. Whenever you do something with choiceless, you say that choice. Yes, there is a choice for you. There is definitely a choice for you.
Cool, ma'am. Cool. Well, ma'am, going ahead, like there's another poem of yours where it states that, where's the bashful virgin gone? You talk about your youthfulness, you talk about your nostalgic element in your life that connects to almost all the female fraternity. So, do you think like virginity is a state of mind or a phase of being in your life, or else do you go back to those days? Like, how did this poem come up, creep in?
Okay. Thank you for asking me this beautiful but most important question. I would say, uh, virginity. You said that virginity is both a state of life and a state of mind. Even
Okay. Okay. You want to put it this way. Okay.
a time comes when when virginity gets defiled by the what you call rash invaders of reality.
Through a natural course of time.
Your innocence is lost. I mean to say that when your innocence is lost,
Lost.
when your carefreeness, when you are when you are free, when you are away from all these what you call these
All the tantrums.
yes, when you're free from all these things, and when this is lost, you lose your virginity, and that is virginity of innocence, and you lose your sense of wonder even. When you have an awestruck, oh, this one, I have to do that. And what happens? Thereafter, your life becomes a repetition in inanity.
You're caught in this cycle
So,
of
yes,
materialistic lifestyle.
John. Because when there is a restriction, yes, you cannot do that, you cannot go outside. So, what happened when you were a child, when you were a girl at your parents' place? When I have written that in Odia, kahin se olasi kanya, means once you step from one phase to the other phase of life, you lose something. What is that? That innocence. Because for every moment there, you keep on
Maturing
growing.
yourself.
You learn, keep on learning things. And here, a different phase of life, which is already
Has
there.
gone through.
Your motherhood, your in-laws, you have to do. So that is everybody. But there, for a child, his or her life, when it grows in a different manner, different way, and she is carefree, she is full of knives, she is full of innocence. So innocence, beauty lies in innocence,
Yes.
love lies in innocence. So that thing, when you what remember those things, you want to you remember just to get out from the stress of this present life. So that acts as a balm. I feel like that, because that boosts you. So it
Cool.
happens that you should not lose your virginity means, yes, your innocence. Sometimes when you ask, oh, I
Not
don't,
only innocence, ma'am. Like
well,
you might even bring in your conscience as well. The
yes,
pride of being also.
yes, that's
Is
true.
it not? Huh?
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you for making my answer complete even my sentences.
So
Very well.
that's the good part of it. Like in the conversation, we try to bring out the other side of the. We try to know the other side of the person also. So that's what makes the session interesting. Well, ma'am. Well, going ahead, like on keen observation, I found that coming to the fag end of the entire show, on keen observation, I found that your vernacular language has creeped into your English somewhere in some lines or the other. Do you agree this?
Yeah,
Like, or
definitely.
else how do you substantiate this?
Sir, it happens. I said like in some that bashful virgin there, I have used words like palki and Krishna Chuda. That is Krishna Chuda tree. I don't have that.
Exact
I don't
wordings in
have
English.
a botanical name or that because
Yeah.
it did not suit to that one. So it happens. It comes out.
Mm.
And in I have read in many books also they that language vernacular language comes
We don't get the similar words in English. I don't
English.
know.
You don't get, yes. So it is very difficult. So it is
We
that
have to find an alternative word for
yeah, we have to write. And I am proud that I am an Odia and I am able to, yes, uh, put my Odia place in English.
that. Cool. That's great.
That
Yeah.
nothing.
That's great.
It's
That's great.
a kidding. I was
So do
just
you have something to say to the viewers about the show, about yourself?
first of all, let me thank you for such wonderful time. That half an hour, I don't know, 40 minutes, it went away like this. Yes, I don't know. I did not know that interview was going on.
Cool.
So it was just, yeah, thank you so much. And you were very wonderful. You went through my poems. You have gone through, you have understood it, and you have asked, you have touched the punchlines and beautifully framed. You had very nice bullets in your pocket to shoot me.
I gave
And
it my
you,
AK-47 then.
they did not, I did not bleed.
Yeah, those,
That
those were
was,
harmful bullets.
I'm happy. I'm very lucky to you, to
I'm
Prasanna
happy
sir,
I'm humbled.
very much for giving me this chance to be a part of this interview. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot. Same here. We'll catch up later.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for being on the
Bye.
show. Thank you, ma'am.